Welcome to the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First Plus. This is in case you missed it, so you know I had to bring over to help me out Atlanta News First morning anchor Brooks Baptiste. Brooks, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We made it. We're getting closer to the weekend, almost there. I'm very close to the weekend, so let me rush through these stories so I can get to my weekend. Look, so we have to talk about Delta Airlines because we know Thanksgiving is now, less than 2 weeks away? It was 2 weeks yesterday.
It's coming up fast.
I know, it's so fast. So Delta Airlines is bracing for record Thanksgiving holiday travel. Hear this. The Atlanta-based airline says it is estimated to serve approximately 6.5 million customers between the dates November 22nd and December 3rd. So we did a little math for you. That comes out to an average of 540,000 customers each day for those 12 days. Delta says this is a 5% increase compared to this time last year. Probably not a shocker for a lot of people because I think now that we've put, the pandemic behind us, it might have been a little slow crawling. Even though I feel like every time we get around the holiday season, we're saying it's going to be record breaking because just more and more people are traveling these days. People are doing what they've got to do to get to their family. So I get it. But again, if you are planning to do some traveling between those dates, November 22nd and December 3rd, it is probably going to be a madhouse.
Yeah, that's too much for me. I mean, I know we have the world's busiest airport, world's most efficient airport, as Mayor Dickens says, but there is definitely, you feel the increase in people.
Oh, yeah, it just happens, and you just get ready for it. Another story that we're watching this morning, Maria, is stargazers. If you have needed a reason to look up to the sky today might be your day. And really this weekend, the last super moon of the year is arriving today, and that's when a full moon happens while it's at its closest approach to the Earth, making the moon brighter and bigger than usual. So it's pretty incredible to see if you've ever looked out there in person. And look, we don't have to deal with any bad weather or anything, so it should be a clear sky for you to be able to take advantage of this. This moon will also be a beaver moon, which is funny how that got its name, because November is typically when beavers prepare for winter by strengthening their dams and storing more food. Just a little quick fact for you, because I know the average person didn't know that, or maybe you did and I just didn't know it, but I learned that today and I said, how cool is that?
Well, this moon definitely not going away anytime soon.
I know, look at
that beautiful opportunity to see it. Make sure you make it out. All right, thanks so much, Brooks. I want to take you to a major story we broke to you yesterday, a report from the Department of Justice revealing that they have found the inmates at Fulton County Jail, apparently their rights and constitutional rights and federal laws are being violated at the jail here. Reaction continuing to pour in, including that from Fulton County Sheriff himself, who oversees the jail. Atlanta News First Don Shipman outside of Fulton County Jail after hearing from not only Sheriff Patrick Labatt, but also the American Civil Liberties Union on what happens now.
The ACLU has been calling out this jail for years now. That organization, along with the sheriff, both agree that things need to change here. This right here, a look inside the jail, the conditions inside this jail. The DOJ report concluded that Fulton County and the Fulton County Sheriff's Office allowed unsafe and unsanitary conditions at the jail. The DOJ saying that inmates were subjected to pest infestation and malnourishment and were put at substantial risk of being stabbed, sexually abused, or killed. The American Civil Liberties Union of Georgia weighing in. Also, reaction from the Fulton County Sheriff.
We have to do is change the culture of how we get people processed through courts, et cetera, because can you imagine if we had 1,000 less people even than we had today?
Start by diverting people who are experiencing homelessness, substance abuse, mental illness, divert them away from jail.
And both the sheriff and the county say that plans are already in the works to make fixes here. In fact, the county is saying that they're spending upwards of $300 million to renovate the jail. We're outside the Fulton County Jail. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
And this morning, Georgia Department of Agriculture is sounding the alarm about an extremely invasive species that was found right here in Fulton County. These are spotted lanternflies. The bugs have been spreading in other states and pose a serious risk to agriculture right here in the Peach State. They lay their eggs during the winter months, which then hatch during spring and attack crops. Officials say that if you spot one, make sure to take a picture, kill it and report it online at gainvasives.org. We have more information about these lantern flies on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Another thing we want you to keep an eye out for, especially as we go into this weekend, swimmers and boaters on Lake Lanier are being warned of possible harmful algae blooms in the water. The Lake Lanier Association and Chattahoochee Riverkeeper say they have been receiving reports of these blooms. They're saying if you think you are seeing a harmful algal bloom, don't get into the water and be sure to report it. There are a number of organizations you can report it to. Again, that is available for you in our free Atlanta News First app. All right, let's talk about car repairs because they come at the worst time financially, and especially as we head into the holidays, they're just really pesky and inconvenient. Some of the most common complaints received by Atlanta News First Investigates comes from frustrated vehicle owners who feel like their cars, trucks, or SUVs are being held hostage at repair shops. But vehicle owners actually can take steps to shorten their wait time. Better Call Harry reports.
Our investigative team went through hundreds of emails, they went through voicemails, and they found a common theme. I want to read some of these to you. My vehicle has been in the shop for 4 months. No update for 10 months. 9 months to fix the transmission. Listen, this is not acceptable. You need to get that car out of there. The best way to handle a car repair is to know your rights. These are the most common questions submitted to Atlanta News First Investigates. And let's start with the big one. How long can repair shops hold your vehicle? Well, if they haven't done the work, they cannot hold your car, and you have the right to tow it to another shop. However, if the shop or the dealership did the work, they can keep the car until the bill is paid. Here's the best way to protect yourself. Ask the service tech to make a note on the work order that repairs are approved up to X amount, and that any repair or part over X amount requires your written approval. Next question, can the repair shop charge a storage fee? If you can't pay the bill, yeah, they can charge storage fees, but they need to tell you how much, or you need to ask. Here's the problem. You are on a time clock. Under Georgia law, if a vehicle is left at a repair shop for more than 30 days after the repairs are complete, the shop can declare your car abandoned. If they follow Georgia law and notify you, they can sell it. The good news is that they can't just outright sell your car after 30 days. They have to jump through a lot of hoops and give you notifications. But you can avoid all this. All you have to do is get online, get on Nextdoor, do it the old-fashioned way. Talk to your neighbors and find out who's good. I'm not a big fan of reviews anymore, but I would check out the Better Business Bureau and check out the complaints. If you find a pattern there, you might want to look someplace else. I'm Better Call Harry. Atlanta News First Investigates.
And look, we know Thanksgiving is 2 weeks away, but there's a lot of preparation and planning that goes into it, so we want to get the word out about this. If you don't have your Thanksgiving menu ready just yet, maybe because of high food prices or otherwise, don't worry. Local officials are helping put the main dish on your table this holiday. The city of Stonecrest is hosting its annual turkey giveaway tomorrow. The city is passing out more than 800 turkeys and food baskets starting at noon. Cars can begin to line up as early as 8 a.m. at Browns Mill Recreation Center. And we know that Thanksgiving is a ways away, but there is an option to freeze this food so that you can be ready once the holiday comes around. I want to thank you so much for joining us here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First Plus. I want to take you now to a live look outside beautiful Midtown Atlanta as we ring in the final day of the work week. It's going to be a beautiful weekend ahead. Make sure you have the Atlanta News First app downloaded. We send you major alerts on breaking news and developing stories right here in our community.